I still have a hard time getting my head around how anti-American this party has become. He's actively, any other candidate would be gone that actively roots for the stock market to crash, for the economy to crash. He wants chaos at the border so he can run on it. They're admitting that. They don't want to fix it because Donald Trump's telling them not to.
Right. Well, and look, I have a feeling like if he were in jail during this election, it might be such a situation where members of Congress are not able to campaign in their own districts because they're all lined up to visit him in prison and bring him, cigarettes and whatnot, because that's how far they will go to kiss the ring.
Yeah. Jamie Raskin said they're taking orders from Trump and actively obstructing a bipartisan border deal. Just as Trump is openly hoping for an economic downturn, they're hoping for chaos at the border and trying to stop us from preventing it. Jasmine Crockett, who I mainlined directly into my veins, and that's how I got better from COVID so quickly, said President Biden has tried to give our border agents 100 new cutting-edge inspection devices and add 1,000 additional law enforcement personnel. Republicans obstructed that request. Honestly, I can't tell if y'all are for anything other than obstruction and cruelty. I mean, that's not hyperbole, right?
No, and I think what's most interesting to me is that there's diminishing return on all of this. I mean, we saw that in Iowa, right, where Trump won the fifth Iowa caucus. I mean, I think he's just going to add another Iowa caucus every day that he talks about it. But his margin, while impressive against the two candidates who refused to take him on, his vote total was down, turnout was down. I particularly liked the interviews with Trump supporters in diners across Iowa who were not caucusing. So, look, if Trump voters are not going to get out and vote, and even his own party shows that about half the base is not with him, he's in trouble. He needs this chaos to try and get them excited again.
Yeah. Well, Midas Touch tweeted, Carl, a nightmare poll for Donald Trump from Reuters Ipsos. Only 20% of registered voters polled said they would vote for Trump if he were convicted of a felony, with 58% said they would not. The numbers get even worse if Trump is serving time. And as we keep saying, and many legal experts say, he's going to get convicted. I mean, so again, boy, as a campaign strategist, Carl, I imagine you have never, not only not seen, not even imagined an election year like this in our history.
No, in the past when politicians have gone to jail, they've typically not kept running for office, at least in my memory. And so it is uncharted territory, and but I think that we've seen so much of what people are on the right are willing to accept from this guy that we know exactly what will happen, right? We know that they will stick with him. We know, it was interesting to see polling out of Iowa that showed that 60% of Republicans, I think it was 60% of Republicans, said that if Trump were convicted of a crime, one of these cases that he's in right now, that he should not be able to serve as president. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's going to take for Fox News and others to counter-program that narrative.
I think because they're so in their information bubble, Carl, I guess they really think, he won't be convicted, and it's all a witch hunt, and they believe everything he says, because you're right, those are kind of contradictory, going, we're overwhelmingly for him, but we won't vote for him if he's convicted, right?
I don't know that they know what the cases are about.
Right.
Yeah.
You look at most of the coverage on the far-right media, and it does not include much in the way of detail about the cases. It includes defense broadly of all of it. So I wonder if he is convicted, how much of that will finally get through to people and how much this percentage will hold on. But he can't afford even 20% of his electorate thinking that he shouldn't serve in office if he's convicted. Yeah,
speaking of our information bubbles, you on the school board obviously know the importance of education. John tweets, college dropout and admitted Fox News lying propagandist Sean Hannity has the audacity to attack Rachel Maddow's character, calling her a conspiracy theorist and a make-believe journalist. Rachel Maddow, Stanford University Rhodes Scholar, doctorate in political science from Oxford. Maggots do hate the intelligent and the educated. I mean, that we keep talking about, if ever there is a both sides do it, you know what I mean? BS. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like, Rachel Maddow is an unbelievable journalist, and if she gets something wrong, she corrects it. Mm-hmm. Sean Hannity is admittedly just a Republican Party propagandist.
Sean Hannity won't even fess up to his text messages
Right.
on the 6th. So, like, look, he's playing his audience for fools. Um, and he knows what happened on January 6th. He knows what this president did, but he would much rather have access to a president like he did for 4 years where Donald Trump was president than help save our democracy.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of education, what does everybody always say, Carl, that Trump is a dumb person's idea of a smart person? Bob Schooley tweeted, the thing about when Trump goes off script is you realize how little he knows about anything. He has these tiny info fragments that rattle around in his head and come out all misshapen and warped when he tries to piece them into a coherent verbal expression. I mean, that's the other thing we keep saying. Like, either the things you can understand that he says are despicable, sexist, racist, just awful, or do we have some WTF, Donnie? I think we do. Yeah, give me 12 just to, okay, just see if you can figure this out.
But we're also going to place strong protections to stop banks and regulators from trying to debank you from your, you know, your political beliefs, what they do. They want to debank you, and we're going to debank.
What?
Carl, if you've ever been banked over your political something, okay.
Well, you know, we used to talk about how Sarah Palin had like word salad, right?
Right.
Donald Trump is more of a word buffet guy, right?
Right. It's the syphilitic worms, I think, at this point, eating the parts of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is how his rallies last so long.
Yes, exactly. That's the other thing is like, who wants to listen to this? It's extraordinary. Oh, by the way,
Can you imagine being I mean, I think AI now does closed captioning, but could you imagine if they still had human beings doing the closed captioning of these speeches?
Right.
It would be so far behind because they're like, I don't think these words go together.
Right.
Well, I know, and you wonder if it's because Joe Biden's actually doing something and doing something really good for the American people and coherent. They unveiled a new rule. It's aimed at slashing the bank overdraft fees to as low as $3, a move the president said would help end abusive practices by financial institutions. So who knows if Trump heard something bank.
Right.
Like, you know, and that's what came out. I mean, okay. Oh, how about you want to hear the attempt at talking about corn in Iowa? Here we go. Hang on.
We have more liquid gold and wealth under our feet than any other nation. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas, more liquid gold. Well, I just met non-liquid gold. You know where it was? Iowa.
Non-liquid gold.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
It's called corn. It's non-liquid. That's my take. You have more non-liquid gold. They said, what is that? I said, corn. They said, we love that idea. You know, that's a pretty cool thought, isn't it?
Right.
That's a nickname in its own way, but we came up with a new couple of words for corn.
He's crazy.
No, he didn't come up with a new word for corn. It's still corn. Okay,
You
Carl,
can
if
do
you've
that
ever
in fact,
been debanked over your liquid gold corn investment, you understand what he means.
Is he going to attack the National Corn Council until they agree to say corn, the non-liquid gold?
Right.
Yes, he will.